game.
The Clippers paid Paul George $35 million for 9 points. Like this video if you think playoff P should be called Pandemic P. Almost a top 10 player in the regular season. They paid him for 9 points. 3 for 14. Am I 3 for 14 from the field, 1 for 7 from 3, 8 rebounds, 3 assists.
What the hell is going on? I have no idea.
While Kawhi Leonard, with them tight braids in his head, had 35, played great defense. Kawhi Leonard is now again the only All-Star on his team. Pandemic P. This is not playoff P. Ever since Paul George gave him that nickname, playoff P, he's been shitty. Pandemic P in the bubble. I think this Paul George experiment was a disaster. Steve Ballmer, Jerry West gave up Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, a great future All-Star in this league. Danilo Gallinari, a 17-18 points per game scorer. 2020 LA pick, 2024, 2026, 2021 Miami, 2023 Miami, 2023 and 2025 pick swaps. That's 6 picks, or if that happens, that's 6 picks for Paul George. It's not like they got prime Michael Jordan. That's a haul for prime Michael Jordan. That's a haul for Luka Doncic if he got traded. That's a haul for James Harden. These niggas gave up the world for Paul George. Now, Paul George, since being in the playoffs this year, first game he played good. 27 points, 10 for 22 from the field, yada, yada, yada. Then, when they lost, when he put that Instagram post out saying, why y'all talking about me? If you talking about me, you doing something. Bro, you was not 16. Paul George is posting like a 21-year-old Instagram thotty. You was a grown man that makes millions of dollars playing the game you love. Why are you insecure? And Paul George is one of my favorite players. It's like, because I like guys who are buckets. I like 3-level scorers. But when you don't 3-level score, I don't like you. When you miss them shots from layup, from mid-range, from 3, you are not going to be liked, period. 4 for 17 in the next game. 2 for 10. Then he said that he was an all-around player. He's affected the game other ways. When he had a 3 for 16 game with 11 points, 1 for 8. Then he had a 9-point game, 3 for 14 just today. The Paul George experiment might be over if they lose this series. And it can happen without Porzinges too. You should be ashamed of yourself. Paul George is 9 for 45 in his last 3 games. He's getting paid $35 million a year. How much is Jason Tatum getting paid? How much is Danilo Gallinari getting paid? How much is TJ Warren getting paid? And I like you, Paul George, but you hurting me, bruh. You hurting me. And I'm not a Clippers fan. I'm a Lakers fan. But Paul George has been a player I like to watch for the past years. But ever since that nigga Joe Ingles fucked him up, pushed him around in the game, talking shit to him, he's been garbage. Russ, you should know. You should know. When Russ had 46 points in the game, Paul George had 5. He had 5 points because he called himself playoff P. You was not playoff P. It's Paul. You're going by Paul from now on. You did that to my boy Russ. Then you became insecure. Get to the Clippers. Did that to my boy Kawhi. And you start choking. What is your deal? Started dissing other players. Talking shit to Dame. Women got in front of it. Seth Curry, a role player. And if y'all don't know the Seth Curry, Paul George story and what happened, Paul George had he cheated on his ex. He cheated on his girlfriend with a stripper, and that stripper was Austin Rivers' sister, which is Doc Rivers' daughter, and Seth Curry dates Doc Rivers' daughter now, and that's probably why you call him a bitch ass nigga. You got Trey Burke balling, you got Dory Finney-Smith balling, Paul George, $35 million a year. Supposed to be MVP candidate last year. Take the Clippers to the promised land, them and their 5 fans. But you keep choking. And if you have another bad game, especially if the Mavs win game 6, you're done, bruh. You're done. OKC, you did a good thing. Russ, you did a good thing getting out of there. Because Paul George, if I was 6'8", we was going to have to fight. If I was Kawhi, I'm beating your ass. So, next time, future GMs, when you do a super haul, make sure those players are good, especially in the most important decisions, especially playoffs and big time shots and stuff like that, because Paul George was getting cooked defensively. He was getting cooked offensively. He was getting cooked all around. And then Luka Doncic hit a game-winning 43-point triple-double at 21 years old, step back on Reggie Jackson, because they want to switch. Luka Doncic is already better than the best Paul George we have ever seen. You don't feel offended by that? Don't get sensitive. Get mad. What would Kobe do if the media is talking about him? What will LeBron do? What will Michael Jordan do? Get mad and show out next game. Paul George get all scared and shit because he afraid what the media gonna say next time. Who gives a fuck? You make $35 million a year. Who cares? If you have a good game, all this shit is erased. If you have a good series for the rest of the time, all this is erased. This video is erased. I might delete it if you have a great series for game 5, 6, 7, whatever, how many games ago. Get it together. That'll be all for this video, bro. Make sure you like this video if you think Paul George should be called. That'll be all for this video, but make sure you like, subscribe, comment what you want to see. I do content every day, and I'm starting about to post gaming content every day, starting with Madden. I'm out. Peace.